Margot slammed the old oak door of the family farmhouse, the echo ripping through the empty halls like a gunshot. "How could you do this, Harmony? Dad's barely in the ground, and you've already sold our childhood to the highest bidder." Harmony's eyes, identical to Margot's but cold as steel, flashed with defiance as she clutched the deed papers, whispering, "He left it to me for a reason. You were never the daughter he wanted." In the rolling hills of rural Pennsylvania, where cornfields stretched like golden oceans under the vast American sky, the Whitaker family had built their legacy. Elias Whitaker, a stoic farmer turned small-town entrepreneur, had passed away at 72 from a sudden heart attack, leaving behind a modest empire. The 200-acre farm, a thriving apple orchard, and a portfolio of local investments worth over $1 million. His twin daughters, Margot and Harmony, now 28, had always been his pride, mirror images on the outside, worlds apart within. Margot Whitaker had returned from Philadelphia, where she built a life as a graphic designer, embracing her identity as a lesbian woman in the city's vibrant queer community. She wore her heart on her sleeve, her short-cropped hair and casual flannel shirts, a stark contrast to Harmony's polished, suburban mom aesthetic. Harmony, married to a local accountant named Tom, had stayed close to home, helping Dad with the business in his final years. She was the good girl, the one who attended church potlucks and hosted 4th of July barbecues, her heteronormative life a seamless fit in their conservative town. The reading of the will was a formality, or so Margot thought. Gathered in the stuffy office of old Mr. Hargrove, the family lawyer, the sisters sat side by side, their knees brushing awkwardly. Hargrove cleared his throat, adjusting his bifocals. "To my daughter Harmony Whitaker Jones, I bequeath the entirety of the Whitaker farm, orchard, and all associated assets, including the investment accounts." Margot's breath caught. Nothing for her? Not even a token memento? Harmony squeezed Margot's hand, but it felt like a vice. "I'm sorry, Marg," she murmured, though her voice lacked warmth. Margot pulled away, her mind reeling. Back at the farmhouse that evening, as Harmony busied herself with calls to real estate agents, already planning to sell parts of the land, Margot retreated to Dad's study. Amid the clutter of yellowed ledgers and faded photos, she found an envelope addressed to her in Dad's shaky handwriting. "For Margot, my brave girl." Her fingers trembled as she tore it open. The letter inside was dated just weeks before his death. "My dearest Margot, if you're reading this, I'm gone, and things have gone as I feared. I know about you, about who you love, and how you've hidden it from me all these years. Not because I didn't see, but because I was too afraid to acknowledge it. Your mother and I raised you girls in a world that didn't understand, and I failed you by not standing up sooner. Harmony, she's convinced me you're not ready, that your lifestyle would ruin the family name. She's pushed me to protect the legacy, but I see now it's all a lie. The will isn't what I intended. She forged my signature on changes I was too weak to fight. Forgive me. Find your truth and know I loved you fiercely. Dad." Margot's world shattered. Forgery? Betrayal from her own twin? She crumpled the letter, tears blurring the ink. How could Harmony do this? They'd shared everything: womb secrets, scraped knees from childhood adventures. But lately, Harmony had grown distant, her judgments veiled in concern. Comments like, "Marg, maybe tone it down around town, people talk," or "Tom and I pray you'll find the right path." That night, Margot wandered the orchard under a canopy of stars, the crisp autumn air biting at her skin. Apples hung heavy on the branches, their scent a bittersweet reminder of Dad teaching them to pick the ripest ones. She needed air, space from the house that now felt like a prison. Driving into town, she stopped at the Rusty Lantern, the local dive bar where folks gathered for cheap beer and live music. There behind the bar was Alex Rivera, a striking woman with olive skin, dark waves cascading over her shoulders, and a tattoo of a phoenix peeking from her sleeve. Alex had moved to Pennsylvania from New York 2 years ago, escaping a toxic relationship, and now ran the bar with a quiet confidence that drew people in. Margot had seen her around, exchanged polite nods, but tonight, grief pulled her to the stool. "Rough night?" Alex asked, sliding a whiskey neat without being asked. "You have no idea," Margot replied, her voice cracking. They talked about loss, small-town life, the weight of expectations. Alex shared her own story. Coming out in a strict Latino family, the rejection, the rebuilding. For the first time in months, Margot felt seen, not judged. As closing time neared, Alex leaned in. Hey, if you need to talk more, I'm here. No strings. Margot nodded, a spark igniting in her chest amidst the ashes. Back home, Harmony was waiting, her face etched with feigned worry. Where were you? We need to discuss the sale. Margot held up the letter. We need to discuss this first. Harmony's eyes widened, but she recovered quickly. That's nonsense. Dad was confused at the end. The argument exploded. Accusations flying like shrapnel. Harmony denied everything, claiming Dad had changed the will willingly, that Margot's choices had disappointed him. He wanted the farm to stay in a real family, she spat, regretting it instantly. Margot stormed out, the door slamming again. In the driveway, she texted Alex. Can we meet tomorrow? I need a friend. Little did she know that spark would grow into a flame, testing loyalties and unearthing deeper truths. The next morning, sunlight filtered through the lace curtains of the farmhouse kitchen, casting long shadows on the worn linoleum. Margot sipped black coffee, the letter folded neatly in her pocket like a talisman. Harmony bustled about, avoiding eye contact, her phone buzzing with realtor messages. We can split the proceeds, she offered weakly. It's not like I'm cutting you out entirely. Margot's laugh was bitter. Proceeds? This isn't about money, Harm. It's about trust. Dad said you forged it. Harmony's face paled. He was on pain meds, hallucinating. You know how he got. But Margot wasn't buying it. She needed proof. Digging through Dad's files that afternoon, she found discrepancies. Signatures that didn't match, dates altered. It was sloppy, as if Harmony hadn't expected scrutiny. Confrontation loomed, but first, Margot met Alex at a nearby coffee shop, a quaint spot with exposed brick and indie folk music playing softly. Alex listened intently as Margot poured out the story, her hands gesturing wildly. My own sister. We were inseparable. Now it's like I don't know her. Alex reached across the table, her touch electric. Family can be the hardest. Mine disowned me when I came out. But you rebuild with people who choose you. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, from shared dreams of travel to favorite books. Alex confessed she'd always noticed Margot at town events, admiring her quiet strength. You're like a storm, beautiful and fierce. Blushing, Margot felt a warmth she hadn't known since college flings. But guilt nagged. Romance amid chaos felt wrong. Still, they parted with a hug that lingered, promising more talks. Back home, tension simmered. Tom, Harmony's husband, arrived for dinner, his presence a buffer. Over pot roast, he steered talk to neutral ground, whether football. But Margot couldn't hold back. Tom, did you know about the will changes? He shifted uncomfortably. That's between you sisters. Harmony shot him a glare. Drop it, Marg. The evening devolved into silence, broken only by clinking forks. Later, alone in her room, Margot scrolled through old photos. Her and Harmony as kids, dressed identically, laughing in the orchard. How had it come to this? Greed? Or something deeper? Harmony's unspoken resentment toward Margot's authenticity? Days blurred into a routine of avoidance. Margot helped with farm chores out of habit, her mind elsewhere. She met Alex again, this time for a walk along the Susquehanna River, the water murmuring secrets. Alex shared more. Her ex, a controlling woman who'd cheated, leaving scars. I came here to heal, start fresh. Margot opened up about her past. A college girlfriend who'd broken her heart. The fear of small-town judgment. Dad never knew, or so I thought. Now this letter. It's like he did, and loved me anyway. Their hands brushed, then intertwined. The kiss came naturally under a willow tree, soft and tentative. It was a balm to Margot's wounds, but also a complication. What if Harmony found out? Would it fuel more division? Meanwhile, Harmony wrestled with her conscience. In quiet moments, she admitted to herself the truth. She'd pressured Dad, exaggerating Margot's instability, to secure the inheritance. It wasn't just prejudice, it was fear, of losing the farm to Margot's city ways, of change. But regret not. She confided in Tom. I didn't forge it outright. I just suggested revisions and he signed. Tom urged honesty. Tell her. Sisters forgive. But pride held her back. Instead, she accelerated the sale, signing preliminary papers with a developer eyeing the land for subdivisions. Word spread in town, whispers reaching Margot via friends. Furious, Margot confronted her at the orchard. You're erasing our history. For what McMansions? It's progress, Harmony retorted. Dad wanted us secure. Liar, Margot yelled, waving the letter. He wanted me included. The fight escalated, old grievances surfacing. Harmony's jealousy of Margot's freedom, Margot's resentment of Harmony's conformity. They parted in tears, the rift widening. That night, Alex comforted Margot at her apartment above the bar. You deserve better, she whispered, holding her close. Their bond deepened, conversations turning intimate. Dreams of a life together, perhaps leaving Pennsylvania. But betrayal loomed larger. Margot hired a lawyer in Philly, gathering evidence. The investigation revealed Harmony's manipulations. Emails to Hargrove, pressuring changes. Proof in black and white. As autumn leaves fell, so did illusions. Margot faced a choice. Expose Harmony, risking family forever, or seek reconciliation. Winter's chill descended on Pennsylvania, blanketing the farm in frost. Margot divided her time between the city and home, her lawyer building a case. The letter became her anchor, Dad's words a reminder of unconditional love. But the emotional toll mounted, sleepless nights, anxiety gnawing. Alex became her sanctuary. They dated quietly, stealing moments. Picnics in hidden meadows, drives through Amish country. Alex's laughter was infectious, her touch grounding. I love how you see the world, Alex said one evening, as they watched the sunset from a hilltop. Full of color, even in gray times. Margot smiled, but worry creased her brow. What if this blows up? Harmony could make it ugly. Then we face it together, Alex replied, pulling her into an embrace. Harmony meanwhile unraveled. The developer deal progressed, but guilt eroded her resolve. She found Dad's old journal, entries praising Margot's spirit. My girl's got fire, Harmony's steady, but Margot's the dreamer. Tears fell as she realized her actions stemmed from insecurity, fearing Margot's light outshone hers. Tom pushed for amends. Call her. Before it's too late. Harmony tried, leaving voicemails. Marg, let's talk. I miss us. But Margot, hurt, ignored them. Instead, she focused on Alex, their relationship blooming amid drama. They shared stories of resilience. Alex's immigration from Puerto Rico as a teen, Margot's coming out in college. Intimacy grew, emotional and tender, without crossing boundaries that felt rushed. High drama struck at Thanksgiving. The family gathered awkwardly, extended relatives sensing tension. Over turkey, Aunt Lydia asked about the farm. Harmony deflected, but Margot exploded. Ask her why she's selling our heritage. Accusations flew. Harmony broke down. Fine. I pushed Dad. I was scared you'd leave it all behind, move to the city with whoever. Whoever. You mean a woman? Margot shot back. That's what this is about, your bigotry? Relatives gasped. Armonisobed. No. I love you, but people here judge. I wanted to protect you. Protect? You stole from me. The dinner ended in chaos, guests fleeing. Alone sisters faced off. Harmony confessed partially. I altered some papers. But Dad agreed, he worried about you. Margot showed evidence. Lies. The lawyer has proof. Harmony's facade crumbled. I'm sorry. I was wrong. But trust was shattered. Margot left for Philly, Alex by her side. There in Alex's cozy loft they planned next steps. File the suit, Alex asked. Margot hesitated. She's my twin. Blood. Conflict peaked when the developer backed out, spooked by legal whispers. Harmony panicked, calling Margot desperately. Help me fix this. For Dad. Margot returned, but with conditions: truth therapy. They met at a neutral diner, air thick with emotion. I envied you, Harmony admitted. Free to love who you want. I'm stuck in this mold, marriage, kids on the way. Margot softened. Tom's a good guy. But you don't have to be perfect.
Tears flowed, une tentative.
Reconciliation flickered, but betrayal's scar remained. As snow fell, Margot and Alex's love deepened. A weekend getaway to the Poconos. Cozy cabin, fireside talks. You're my home now, Margot whispered. Yet the lawsuit loomed. Margot's lawyer advised settling. She could face charges. Torn, Margot sought solace in Dad's grave, the letter in hand. What would you want? Inspiration struck. Divide the farm fairly, honor his wishes. But Harmony had one more secret. Dad's hidden account, meant for Margot's new life. She'd concealed it, fearing judgment. Revelation came via Hargrove, who, guilt-ridden, confessed all. Harmony had bribed him subtly. Fury reignited. Margot confronted. How deep does this go? Harmony broke. I was afraid of losing you to your world. The climax. Sisters in the orchard, snow swirling. Forgive me, Harmony begged. Margot, heart-aching, chose humanity. We rebuild. Together. Spring thawed the Pennsylvania earth, mirroring the slow mending of bonds. Margot and Harmony navigated therapy sessions in a nearby town, a neutral space where raw truths emerged. I felt invisible next to your certainty, Harmony admitted in one tearful hour. You left for the city, lived openly. I stayed, played safe. Margot nodded. And I envied your stability, but hiding hurt more. The therapist guided them toward empathy, unpacking decades of subtle rivalries. Outside sessions, they worked the farm together, pruning apple trees, planning the harvest. Laughter returned, tentative at first, then genuine. Alex integrated seamlessly. Harmony met her at a family barbecue. Initial awkwardness melting into respect. You make Marg happy, Harmony said privately. That's what matters. Tom supported, announcing their pregnancy, a boy. Joy mixed with poignancy. The farm would have heirs. But shadows lingered. The lawsuit settled out of court. Assets split evenly. Harmony repaying loans from the hidden account. No charges, but the town buzzed with rumors. Margot faced stares at the market, whispers about her lifestyle. Alex stood firm. Let them talk. We're real. Their romance flourished. Dates evolved, New York weekends where Alex showed Margot her old haunts. Bustling queer bars, Central Park strolls. This could be us, Alex mused. A fresh start. Margot wavered. The farm's home. Home's where we make it, Alex countered gently. Drama resurfaced when an old flame of Alex's appeared. Sophia, fiery and unannounced, visited the bar. I miss you, she confessed, ignoring Margot. Jealousy flared. Margot confronted Alex. Is this over? Alex reassured. She's past. Your future. The incident strengthened them, vulnerability forging deeper connection. They shared fears. Alex of abandonment, Margot of betrayal. Harmony, pregnant and reflective, organized a memorial for Dad. At the orchard's heart, they planted a tree, scattering ashes. He'd want unity, Harmony said. Margot read from the letter. Find your truth. Tears bonded them. Afterward, sisters talked late. Harmony apologized fully. My prejudice was fear. I see now, love's love. Margot forgave, a weight lifting. As summer bloomed, decisions loomed. The farm thrived, but Margot yearned for more. With Alex, she dreamed of a graphic design studio, perhaps in Philly, blending rural roots with urban freedom. Harmony proposed. Keep part of the land. Build a cottage here for visits. Compromise felt right. Emotional peaks came during a storm, literal and metaphorical. Thunder raged as Margot and Alex argued about relocating. You're choosing the past. Alex accused. No, integrating it, Margot insisted. Resolution in the rain. Embraces, promises. Together wherever. Harmony's labor brought unity. Margot rushed to the hospital, Alex driving. Baby Elias arrived, named for Dad. Holding him, Margot felt continuity. You'll be a great aunt, Harmony whispered. And Alex. Welcome to the family. Healing complete. Not fully. Scars remained, but love mended. Margot and Alex moved to Philly, keeping farm ties. Weekend visits, orchard picnics.
Romance endured, proposals inted, futures bright.
In America's heartland where change met tradition, two sisters rediscovered each other. A lesbian love story woven into family fabric. Years passed like seasons on the Whitaker farm, each bringing growth and inevitable change. Margot and Alex settled in Philadelphia, their loft a haven of creativity. Walls adorned with Margot's designs, shelves with Alex's books. They married in a small ceremony, vows exchanged under cherry blossoms in Fairmount Park. Harmony as maid of honor, tears streaming. I promise to choose you every day, Margot said, voice steady. Alex smiled. And I'll hold your heart gently. The reception blended worlds. City friends mingling with town folk. Barbecue meets fusion cuisine. Baby Elias, now a toddler, toddled about, symbolizing new beginnings. Harmony thrived as a mother, the farm evolving under her care. Organic expansions, community events. She and Margot co-owned, decisions shared. Therapy continued sporadically, ensuring old wounds stayed healed. But life tested resilience. When Elias turned 5, Harmony faced health scares. A lump, benign but frightening. Margot moved back temporarily, Alex commuting. Nights by the fire, sisters reminisced. Childhood pranks, dad's tall tales. You saved me, Harmony confessed, from my own narrowness. And you grounded me, Margot replied. Alex's bar expanded to a second location in Philly. Their partnership professional and personal. Challenges arose, financial strains, arguments over work-life balance. But communication, honed from drama, prevailed. A pivotal moment. Margot's art exhibit, featuring pieces inspired by the letter. Abstracts of twins, letters aflame, phoenixes rising. Critics raved. Sales soared. Harmony attended, proud. Dad would love this. He would. The exhibit included a dedication. To family broken, mended, eternal. Romance deepened with time. Margot and Alex traveled. Europe's canals, California's coasts. In Paris, under the Eiffel Tower, they renewed vows informally. Through betrayals and bonds, Alex whispered. Back home, community shifted. The town, once judgmental, softened. Pride flags at festivals, thanks partly to Margot's advocacy. She volunteered at LGBTQ+ centers, sharing her story. Betrayal taught me forgiveness. Love taught me strength. Harmony's family grew. A daughter named after mom. Elias adored Aunt Margot, begging stories of the letter adventure. As elders, the twins reflected. At 50, gathered for the farm's centennial, they walked the orchard. Apples ripe, air sweet. Remember the fight here? Harmony asked. Margot laughed. How could I forget? But look what came after. Grandkids played nearby. Alex and Tom grilling. Life's tapestry. Drama woven with romance, conflict resolved in humanity. The ending wasn't fairy tale perfect. Lingering regrets, occasional tensions. But it was real American in its grit and grace. Margot's journey from shocking letter to profound love affirmed. Family isn't blood alone, but choices made in love's light. In the sunset's glow, Margot held Alex's hand, Harmony beside them. Bonds reforged, hearts whole.